Morning, guys. Well, where are we? Is it the 13th? No, the 12th. We're on the 12th of February 2021. It's another one of those palindrome dates that we've had a lot of this year. Oh, it reads sort of back to front, almost. And it seems that nearly all these dates have some weird significance. Anyway, I still haven't got my microphone fixed, so apologies for the slightly rough quality of the sound, but hopefully I will be getting a microphone. I'm going to buy another one. I've given up with the other one. My daughter's making songs for people now, so... Right, it's very, very cold, so I thought I'd do this. Right, a few weeks ago I was chatting with somebody in a live chat, and we were talking about the cathedral builders, and I said I'd found quite a few medieval illustrations showing big people, little people building the churches and cathedrals, and I said I'd do a vid. So freezing cold, day by myself at home, so I thought I'd get a video together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few, and then I'm going to put a little compilation together with a bit of music so that you can have a look for yourself. But what I'm going to show you to look for are these sort of perspectives in height. Now, you could always say that these were primitive artists and that they didn't understand perspective, etc., etc. But I don't go with that. And when I was at when I did my A-level art, which I didn't finish, by the way, did some good work but didn't finish it. They were saying that in medieval illustrations they would always do the more important characters larger to show their significance, etc. But I think that may well have just been a load of rubbish, and that there were big people and little people. When I was up in Warminster last year during the lockdown, I was mooching around quite a lot filming, and I came across a little row of houses, a little row of cottages, and they had the tiniest doors and windows I have ever seen on cottages. I mean, you would have to literally be some sort of like hobbit to have lived in there. And they were old, they were quite a few hundred years old, just set back from the road, a little row of cottages with these tiny doors and windows. And in the same area there's these massive places with these huge blocks, and I mean, Wiltshire and Warminster especially have got huge Masonic connections, and I do think that there were different sized people around at one time. Anyway, let's have a look at these. In some you can see it better than others, in some it's, you know, you don't know if it's just what it is. But I'll bring this one up a bit. The quality's not too good on this, but so we can have a little look. So, but you can see already that this guy's massive. They're massive, they're huge. The next one, it's another one. Look at the size of this guy going up. Now, remember, this is, say this is a tower. Remember the size of church towers and the windows, and somebody's actually stood full length in this window. But these guys are much bigger, much bigger. This one here showing a church interior, and they're putting these blocks onto here. But these guys are big as well. Look how big they are. He's almost the height of the block. He's the important guy, and these seem to be varying sizes. This is one of the masons. A lot of cathedrals seem to have these little stone guys. It's very well done, isn't it? Look how his knees are just... These guys were experts in stonemasonry and cutting. Again here, this is the big king and the big architect, and that's my dog having a dream over there if you hear anything. Here, a plasterer. Difficult to say whether he's tall or short because of this, but I guess they use different sized people. Humongous man. He looks big. A few of these men in wheels as well. They're obviously turning something. Water. Maybe it's where they were cutting the stone. I think when you cut stone you have this water. Maybe it's some sort of hoist. It's hod carriers. Big peoples. In this one you've got big guy, smaller guy, and he seems to be turning this with the stone wrapped around it to hoist it up here where this guy takes over, this big guy. Some random killing of dragons going on, and water here, fountain. These are big guys. Look how big he is. They seem to be putting the stones into these baskets and then passing them up. And then he's doing the ornate arches up here. Look how big he is. Did I miss one? Yeah. This guy's just Mr. Soft, isn't he? Look how tall he is. And then this lot here, they're tall as well. Can't see how tall he is because he's bending down. They're sort of crouching, but they're big. They're big. I mean, he's just sort of stood there. I mean, how tall is this by this point? 12, 14 foot? Oh. These are big guys, big guys. I mean, you could say they're in the forefront and these guys are in the distance. Again here. Also, I wondered if some of these, they weren't just fixing them up. Again, look, humongous men up here. And again here, got the same wooden scaffolding around here. Humongous giant guy with a rock on his shoulder. These are the doors. Again here, that one of those pulley things have actually got like a little claw thing here for the rock. Look at him! Showing off his handiwork here. This looks like some sort of like out of an illumination book, doesn't it? It's very sort of flat perspective. I like this one. It's nice and busy. Huge guy, smaller guys. He's huge. I wonder if the horses were bigger as well. I wonder if they had these massive horses for these bigger people. I'm guessing they must have had. I mean, those massive, great big Shire horses are beautiful. I mean, some are absolutely amazing. I mean, they're 21 hands tall. Maybe they weren't just for pulling farm carts. Maybe they carried giants around. And here again, big, up here on his wooden platform. There's one that's brilliant, there's one that I just love. Here's the guy in the wheel again, and it does seem to be a pulley system. He must have drawn the short straw there. So it looks like they get a little guy on the wheel. Bob, you're in the wheel today. Here again, they look big, don't they? One stood up here. It's a cathedral. Oh, I did. One of these is of St. Denis. I don't know which one it is now. God. It might come up. Is it that one? No. Again here, That's the height of the door. They're way over the height of the door. And they're bricklaying, but they're big. Humongous people. There's a king overseeing his architect here, who's very precariously placed on this ladder, and we got some big builders here. He's on the parapet, very flat perspective. Here again, up on here, this seems to be sort of like a standard design for them, doesn't it, with these sort of wooden things here. And there's another one of the architects on the cathedrals, he's peeping out. But look how well done it is. I think this one's supposed to be 15th century. Whether the whole church was, I doubt, but I think this guy peeping out may have been. This is a painting as well. A busy scene. We've got three important looking churchy type crowned monarchy sort of officials, and then lots of large people, I'd say. Maybe not as large, but large. He's smaller, he's larger. And then up here we've got some largies, big builders doing that. Another busy scene. There you go, look how tall he is. Imagine. Look at him. Got his set square thing there. Look at him. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what they're saying. Or being blessed from above. So, yeah. I mean, are they even building them from scratch or just sort of fixing them up? I don't know. What's going on over here? Nice art. Here we've got like the church again discussing what they want. Something's arrived here. See what we can see, if what's in the ship. Nope. Again here you got the king overseeing. Big builders. Already looked at that one. This one, he's up on the roof. He's pretty big on the roof. They're basically filling the church with their construction of it. How high they are compared to the pillars. And again here, consider that's a cathedral. These people are going to be big. He's basically filling the entire stairwell. Big guy with a brick. It's probably one of these big stones that we marvel at. This is the one. This is my favourite of all. Now I don't know how old this is. You know, to me this says it all. You got your architects down here, your labourers here. Look at the size of these guys up here. This guy here and this guy here. These guys are putting this into position. So these look as if they were made in segments, yeah? And then positioned up here by these incredibly, I mean, this guy's got to be, I don't know, 12 foot tall? Yeah? What do you think? These are not little men. It's going on over here in the background too. Love that. And here again, look, all over the roof, lots of busyness going on, big people, little people. Well, I'm going to run the show. I'm going to run the rest of this as a little film show so that you can have a little look-see for yourself. And thanks for watching.